Because of what Marvel is, because of what they have done over the last 10 years, these next two Avengers films will be an event like no one has ever seen on film before.
We've had a lot of intense reactions. One of the toughest was a 10-year-old boy who asked us why we killed Spider-Man with tears in his eyes. And then I know Mark Ruffalo was in disguise at a theater in New York with his kids and sent me a video 10 minutes after the screening where there's still about 40 people left in the theater. A guy was so angry that he ripped his shirt off his body and was pacing around the theater screaming why. So there's been some intense reactions, but it's great that people are so passionate about these movies. And, a lot of these movies are created through CG, and the real testament to great CG is that it creates an emotional connection with the audience. And so we have two films filled with CG characters, which people are incredibly passionate about, so much so that they're ripping their shirts off and prancing around theaters. That's amazing, and I think that is a testament to the work of all three gentlemen sitting in front of us.
As we put different characters into different lighting environments, and even early on with Thanos, you become just like a cinematographer or lighting a character on set or lighting a set. You begin to discover what works with that character, what makes him look cooler than other angles. So there's definitely, we've learned from that and what kind of mix of lighting works great with Thanos' skin, and so we take these lessons into the next film for sure.
I can probably speak for all of us, and now we're all sort of, perfectionists, and everybody is always, we work with great teams of artists, and everyone is always trying to just put more and more and more into the film, so to get the chance to work. And sometimes you work on a film and you're like, oh yeah, that was great, but I wish I had done this, or I wish we had done that way. This is great because it's a lot of the same characters, and you get a chance to go back and like the things that bothered you in the last one, you can now like sort of work on and fix. And we're all trying to, how do you raise the bar and continually try to just, bring more to the screen?
Some of the bigger technological kind of advances or things that you're super proud of we hadn't existed or haven't existed as strongly for this movie?
You kind of throw off to Kelly, but I think for us it's Thanos, what we were able to accomplish with Thanos as a character, and in terms of making it a believable character and a character you can sympathize with and kind of understand, even though he's this 8 foot tall, purple, big-headed guy. And then it was, capturing Josh's performance, being able to, let Josh have the freedom to perform and not have to change his performance or correct his performance or be conscious of his performance in the helmet cam and the motion capture suit. He could just play the part, and then we could capture all that data with all the facial data and recreate that for the screen.
Yeah, I would say Thanos was probably the most innovative use of technology on the show. We actually implemented a machine learning system, which is unique and hadn't been done before, that was able to capture Josh's pretty low resolution face input, and then using machine learning and with a big data set of his high resolution face, basically doing random lines, talking, not necessarily any performance, really a database of how that particular human being's face moves. From the capture data from his face, it would go in there and recreate a high resolution version of his face. And then at the next step is a 2-step process, would go from his high resolution face to the character, in this case Thanos. And it was really interesting, like in that process is we spent a lot of time looking at Josh and Thanos side by side and making sure that it wasn't just a retarget, this eye ends up where that eye is and just a linear connection. It was really analyzing what is the motion that Josh is conveying right now and making sure that Thanos conveyed that same emotion with a particular facial expression. And so the more of the stuff that ran through that system, the more accurate it got with each take that we did, basically.
Yeah, we're getting close to the point where we can actually, capture Robert Downey's face and body, and then apply that to a motion capture performer. So you're getting to that point where you can actually replicate a real human being through CG, which I think is staggering and probably a true inflection point where things may become indistinguishable. But I don't know that anyone has particularly asked us to change anything about them. I have a cameo in Endgame, and I asked them to make me skinnier. So, I guess they refused. I'm the only one who asked, and I wanted orange hair, but they wouldn't do that either, so.
Some people move on.